and welcome to EBADay 2019 in Stockholm. I'm Hannah Wallace, and kindly joining me now in the TV studio is Rene W from Deutsche Bank. And first of all, we're going to be talking about Deutsche Bank's API strategy. Hello Rene, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to be here.
So yes, could you start off the interview by telling us a bit about your API strategy?
Well, our API strategy is part of our overall digital strategy, which we started in around 2015, 2016. And we have been taking a very offensive approach, meaning that we wanted to be the first ones with a very broad API and also deep API, going beyond the PSD2 requirements. And we have got 19 solutions live by now. We came from retail, we've expanded it into wholesale. And we have about 2,500 developers on our portal live today.
Sure, all right. Well, what's the motive behind investing in the strategy then? I think you've touched on this a little bit already, but...
Well, to be frank, obviously, regulations has been the base motivation to go into this API strategy that I think kind of forced all the banks to go into that. But then again, as part of our digital strategy, we find that it's about user experience, it's about tapping into a huge innovation ecosystem by allowing fintechs to plug into Deutsche Bank's data assets as we have them.
All right, and in your panel session today, EBADay announced their Open Banking Monitor, where Deutsche Bank was hailed a leader in developer experience, which is fantastic. But can you tell us the significance of this?
Well, I'm glad it actually showed us as a leader there, because we've been investing quite a bit. So the team has been working hard to make it really a good developer experience. We believe, a good ecosystem can only be built if the developers really like the experience of our developer portal, then they're more likely to build solutions. We also engage very closely with the community and partner up and co-create basically this API. So we believe having a broad foundation and a broad reach into the development community is important. But now we're launching into functionality as well. So obviously the whole payment space has been very important, but now we go into security services, and also credit card information will be available through APIs.
And finally, coming to the crystal ball question, as it were, how do you see this space evolving in the future?
That's a very interesting question. I think we're only at the start of this whole evolution around APIs, as it will allow the different financial services to be plugged into different solutions going forward. We've been talking today on the panel also about, is the financial services industry only the first one? Because we see in Australia that the regulators is demanding that of other industries as well. And I think this is going to happen, and I think it could give us a head start in banking, because we've been forced to adopt this now going forward.
So watch this space, I think it's safe to say.
Exactly.
Rene, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.